when someone starts to clear up their space, especially when there are objects that have been around for a long time, or objects that belong to their parents or their grandparents, old objects, family heirlooms, things like that. It can be very challenging, and exactly for the reason that you brought up, which you remember from a life, which is that there are, entities connected with almost all objects we have. Many of the ancient preferred to live with very few objects for this reason. So when you are clearing up and you feel this is not at all unusual, at least it's good to know that. And there are a few things that you can do. One of them is that when you finish clearing a certain area, don't do too much in a day, but when you finish clearing a certain area, you immediately take a shower. Water flowing over the body cleanses and purifies. And it's also a good idea to purify the space. In some cultures, like here in the Indian subcontinent, they clean and purify spaces with haldi, which is this yellow powder. And it's called haldi, Haldi. You can get it at an Indian store probably. It has very interesting properties regarding entities. So you can just mix it with water and sprinkle it around and wipe the spot. What that does is make it uninhabitable for many of these very, very tiny entities that attach themselves to objects. In general, it's not a good idea, to try to get rid of spirits and things like that, because they also have a right to be there. And if you try to interfere in their world, then you also face the consequences of their interference in yours. However, with clearing objects and clearing spaces, you have that right to clear your space materially. So you're not interfering in their space, you're just clearing up your space with the objects and wiping it clean with haldi water, or there are other things that people use when they're doing these kind of occult cleansing. But the most important thing is to actually wash yourself, and that depressive feeling immediately is washed away.
You're invited to a live online satsang with Maharishikaa Preeti this Sunday. For more information, visit maharishikaa.org.